Hi, I'm Linda from paperboutiquewithlinda.com, and today I want to share with you how I use my MISTI stamping tool to line up my card layers. When I'm doing cards, I like to have my layers about 1/8 of an inch difference between the layer and my card. So you can modify this technique if you want this to be like 1/4 of an inch. So let me show you how I line up the layers. The first thing I did with my MISTI is you'll get a piece of grid paper, and all I did was make sure I had 1/8 of an inch line that was very straight, and I drew it all the way around. And what you can do if you want 1/4 of an inch layers, you can just use these little squares. Each square on this graph paper is 1/4 of an inch. It sounds confusing, but let me show you. This is my layer, which is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So all you're going to do is line that up, and you need to be very careful to line it up straight, and you really only need to line it up on 2 sides. I'm going to get my other magnet. I also have this larger magnet that I purchased, so I'm just going to leave that holding the paper down. Now for this demonstration, I'm only going to put tape in the middle, but obviously you would put your tape or your adhesive around the edges. So just let me show you. I just put a little piece there. This is my cardstock. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this, and you see that 1/8 of an inch there? You're just going to line it up very, very carefully. And it's important that you cut it. And I'm going to just slide these out. Now when you're doing it, you're going to have adhesive all the way around. But I just want to show you what happens. And then you get, oops, it twisted because I didn't have enough tape. But I just want to show you. You get a perfect 1/8 of an inch. So let me make sure I've got that attached. Now, what if you want to add another layer, like another 1/8 of an inch layer? Then you would just line up another sheet of paper, and this sheet would be 5 by 3 3/4. And then once again, you're going to put we have a black cat, so please excuse the black cat here. Then you're going to put your tape all around the edge here, and I'm not going to take your time to do that. And then when you lift it up, it will be aligned perfectly. So you'll get a second layer. I just love that you can repeat this process and get your cards lined up perfectly every time. I'm going to pause the camera for just a moment, and I'm going to show you one other way to use your MISTI to get perfect layers. So for this technique, I just removed the graph paper that I had in earlier, and then you've still got your mat, which is over the top of the bottom of your MISTI. Then what I did is I took and drew on using my Silhouette software a 5 by 7 inch rectangle. And then I made an internal offset of 1/8 of an inch. I cut 2 of these so that I'd have an exact triangle for 1/8 of an inch. Now I used glitter paper and I glued them together. The reason I used glitter paper is it tended to grip this kind of rubber. It's not really a rubber mat, it's a kind of a foamy mat. I'm not sure what it's made out of, but the glitter paper really gripped it. So all I'm doing now is just putting my little magnets on top. So the process is virtually the same, except you don't have to deal with the paper. You can just line it up, and because it's 2 thicknesses, your inside mat, which is once again 5 1/4 by 4 inches, you just line it up, and then you just put your tape on, which I'm not going to take your time, and then this piece you line up all the way to the MISTI. And then once again, when you pick it up, you've got a perfect layer. So it's super simple. You could cut the width of this triangle, you know, if you wanted to have a 1/2 inch layers, 1/4 inch layers, whatever works for you. But I just really love getting perfectly straight layers time after time. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and please visit me at www.paperboutiquewithlinda.com for more projects and ideas. Bye-bye.